So let's find the square roots through the long division method, and we have 196 just for one example. And these are very easy method. So the first step for square roots by the division method is pairing. It's pairing from the unit sides. Pairing from the unit side. So in this case, in 196, we are going to pair from the unit side, and we are going to have two groups. The first group is 96 and the second group is 1. So the number of group suggests, or the number of groups tell us the number of digits that we'll have in our final answer. So we're going to have 2 digits for the square root of 196 because we have two groups, this 1 and 2. Now the second step is to find the largest perfect square. To find the largest perfect square in such a way, let's say that a number that will be here is the same as the number that will be here, and this number is the largest perfect square. Like I'm trying to say that this number and this number should be equal or less than 1. Oh, now a number that is equal or less than 1 in this case is 1. This does 1 here, this that 1 here. So 1 times 1 is 1, then we subtract to get 0. After that, we draw the next group, which is 96. After getting 96, we repeat the same process. A number that will be here is we repeat the same process, but we double this one first. We double the quotient first. So when we double the quotient, we get 2 here, and then the number that will be here is the same number that will be here, such that 2, the number that is here, times this one is less than or equal to 96. And now, since this is the last group, we are going to make a smart guess, and in this smart guess, we're going to focus on the number that will give us that will end with digit 6. And those numbers that when you square them, they will end with the digit 6 is 4 or 6. We are going to try either 4 or 6 because 4 squared is 16 ending with digit 6. 6 squared is 36 and ending digit 6. Now let's try 4. We place 4 here and we place 4 here. So 24 is 16, 6, you carry 1, this is 8 plus 1 is 96. So 4 satisfies this equation or this inequality. 6 will give us a larger number, so we'll take 4 here and 4 here, and 4 times 24 will give us 96, and when we subtract we get 0. So our answer is 14. Let's look at the second one. Using the division method to find the square root of 3,481. As we did with the earliest, the first step will be to group it. Let's have 3481. Now by grouping it, we'll have here and here. We have two groups. So our answer will have 2 digits. Now let's divide. We need the largest. Yeah, we need the largest perfect square. Largest perfect square. Largest perfect square, such that that perfect square, the largest perfect square, that perfect square will be that square, perfect square times that square will be equal or less than 34. Now let's look at this. Let's try any number that when you square it would be equal or less than 34. Let's try 4. 4 squared will give us 16. 5 squared will give us 25. 6 squared will give us 36. So the largest perfect square that is equal or less than 34 is 25. So we are going to have 5 here and 5 here. 5 here and 5 there. So 5 times 5 is 25. And when you subtract, you get 9. After that, we're going to repeat the process. We're going to drop this one here is 81. We're dropping the second group, which is 81. Now, we're going to double this one, the quotient. We're going to double the quotient. Doubling the quotient is 5 times 2, which is 10. So we're going to obtain here. And why do we double the quotients? Hiyo mtajulia high school. Why do we double the quotient? So we've doubled the quotient of 10. And the number that we want here is the number that will be here. Since we have two groups, it means that now this one is a perfect square, and the number that we have here times this one with the divisor times the quotient will give us 981. So what we're looking for is 10 times this one is equal or less than 981. So we make a good guess. As jumps, we need a number with a square that ends with 1. So we can try now. So the numbers that we can try are 1, because 1 squared ends with a 1. And you can also try 9, because 9 squared is 81, it ends with a 9. So if we try 1, if we place 1 here and 1 here, we'll have 101 times 1, which will give us 101. 101 is way less than 981. So we're not going to use 1. Let's try 9. So for 9, we're going to have 109 times 9. 109 times 9 will be, this is 81, this is 1, this is 8, this is 0, this is 8, and this is 9. So 109 times 9 gives us 991. So 9 is the perfect one. We'll have 9 here, then we'll have 9 here. 9 times 109 is 981, and this is 0. So our answer is 59. Let's look at the last one. 15,129. Let's find the square root of 15,129 through the division method. As we have 15,129 through the division method. Our first Our first step will be to group it into two from the unit sides. Now we have grouped it. We have three groups. We have the first group is 29, the second group is 51, and the third group is 1. Now let's divide. Now, our first step is to find the largest perfect square for 1. The largest perfect square for 1 is 1. 1, 1, then you have 1 here, then you subtract, then you get 0. The second step is to drop the second group, which is 51. When you drop the second group, which is 51, our next divisor here is determined by this quotient. We double this quotient. That is 1 times 2. That is 1 times 2. We'll double it and replace this 2 here. Now, the second divisor that we have here, will be such that 2 times such divisor is equal or less than 51. 2 times that divisor is equal or less than 51. So we can try any number. Let's start by trying by 1. If you place here 1 and you place here 1, we'll have 21 times 1, which will be 21. Then 21 is less than 51. 21 is way lower. So let's try 2. Let's try 2. If we place 2 here and 2 here, we'll have 22 times 2, which will be 44. It will be less than 51. Now, we can see that 44 is nearer 51 than 21. So we will place here 2. Place 2 here, and you also place that 2 here. So this 2 times 22 will have 44, and then we subtract 51 minus 44 is 7. After that, we'll bring down the last group, which is 29. The last group, and we'll have now 729. We'll repeat the same process. We'll repeat the same process, but now we are going to double the current quotient. Remember, we doubled 1 and we got 2. Now we are going to double 12. We are going to double 12. 12 times 2 is 24. Now we'll bring that 24 here. Tulisema why we double utalan from high school. So this 24 here, the number that we have here is the same as the number that we have here. Such that 24 and that number and this number is equal or less than 729. Now this is the last one. We are doing the last group, so we are going to make a wise case. That number that we replace here, and here must be ending by 9. When you square it, its square must be ending by 9. So that number can either be 3. It can either be 3 or 7. That number can either be 3 or 7, because 3 squared is 9. 3 squared is 9 cents 9. 7 squared is 49 cents 9. So let's try 3. For 3, we'll place 3 here. So 43 times 3. This is 9. This is 12 to 1. This is 729. So 3 is perfect. We'll take 3. We'll place 3 here. So 3 times 2, 43 is 729. And we have 0. So our answer is 123.